welcome back to the CDO Archery YouTube channel. This is going to be our spring food plot series. It's going to be a 4-part series just on the third field plot, the back meadow, and the back field. We're going to go over frost seeding, new tilling, tilling and putting down clover, tilling and putting down soybeans, corn, and also tree stand prep. First video, we're going to go over the third field, the back meadow, and the third field's new established rototilled food plot with a Clover Extreme. And then we're also going to go over the frost seeding of the Clover Extreme and the other part of the third field food plot. The only thing that we aren't going to do today is we're not going to go over every little piece of how it's done. Unfortunately, it's going to start raining here soon. What we're going to do, this part, we're just going to go over the frost seeding, and then part 2 has a drone. We're going to go over how to use the drone, where to use the drone. We're going to show you the food plots from an aerial view. We're going to also show you what the drone can do in terms of your wet and dry areas in your food plot. It'll topo, it'll show you where your drop-offs are, and it's got infrared. So he's going to show us how all that works. Hopefully we'll be able to integrate a video of what we're doing that day into the video that we do to show you how the machine sees what it's doing while we're going over it. So hopefully Joe will be able to get in here soon. We were trying for April 8th, but we were not able to get April 8th. But we're going to get it done and get that video up. Hopefully it'll be video number 1 or video number 2 for the new season, season 2 of CDO Archery. Season 2 is going to be awesome. Last year, most of our videos, I'm just learning how to use this software. I like doing the videos for everybody, but really, dude, it's crazy. So now that I know all the aspects of what I'm going to do, I can actually do the narrations. I know how to put the videos together and put 2 videos on one. We're going to go ahead and we're going to start. First video is going to be the third field plot. This plot is the spot where I've hunted for the last 7 years, maybe 8 now. I think it was 2013 when I started hunting back on the farm again, and I shot that first 8-pointer in that bottom on that ash tree that I had my ladder stand on. So this is a long time coming for me, but we had just started using in 2020 pure whitetail scents. We have been 100% on board with how pure whitetail works. Their pre-orbital scent that they just came out with, they have tarsal gland scent. They have what my favorite is the Spellbound Dust or the White Lightning liquid. White Lightning is what I had the video previously on the channel. All those different bucks, including the little spikes all the way up to Scar, use that food plot and that scrape tree with the White Lightning on the scent wick and the pre-orbital gland on the limb. So we're going to go over all that, and we're going to set it up to where you guys can see how this all works. So hang with us, we'll get through it, and you'll be more informed on how to use anything from pure whitetail that we use here on the farm. Alright, before we frost seed the second plot, I'm just going to go over this with you. So this is Pure Whitetail's Clover Extreme. Just go over the front of it. It says perennial clover blend can provide 5 years of nutrition. High protein food source is attractive to deer and turkey. Drought and disease resistant plus cold weather tolerant. Lasts up to 5 years. Plants 1 acre. So 1 acre plot with the Clover Extreme. You look in the back. It has 34% white cloud crimson clover, 33% rampart ladino clover, and 33% blackhawk arrowleaf. Weed seed is 0.5%, crop seed is 0.5%, noxious weeds 0, inert matter 2%. So you're getting 97% of this bag is going to be seed, which I think this is one of the best ones on the market that we have right now. There's no coating on it that covers too much. So what we're going to do is we're going to turn the camera back around. I just got done emptying the bag in this seeder. We're going to frost seed this plot, and then we're going to do the bottom part. Okay, so I left it in the snow just to give you contrast. That entire food plot up there, that's about 125 yards behind you, 125 yards behind you, has no snow in it. There's still 4 to 6 inches of snow on this bottom piece here in this back meadow food plot, because the trees behind me that are in between the food plot back there and here cover all the sunlight that could come here and touch this. So to establish a food plot down here, it was really hard because we have to put something in here that doesn't need a lot of sunlight. So we did clover here, and it didn't really do well because this used to be in a pine thicket. And a pine thicket, unfortunately, as people know, the more the pine needles fall, pine trees make the ground acidic. So even when you cut the tree down, the acidity stays in the soil until you raise the pH up. So what we're going to have to do is we're going to have to come in here, and we're going to have to throw some lime down. The lime is going to bring the pH enough to where anything's going to grow and actually pull nutrients out of the soil. Down here it was Antler King Red Zone. It has forage peas, soybeans, clover. It has a whole mixture of stuff, but the soybeans and the peas are what were the biggest part. They grew really well down here. Unfortunately, this whole piece right here, all the way to the edge of the woods back there, this is only about an acre. So the piece that I had that was the red zone was only a half an acre, and there are way too many deer in here. They say if you're going to plant soybeans or cow peas or anything like that, you want to have at least a minimum of an acre to 2 acres, because if you have any more than a few deer, it's going to wipe it out before it even gets a chance to establish. So the beans only got to about maybe 4 to 5 inches long. The deer came in and nipped them all off, and they were done. So what we had to do is we had to come in here and we had to broadcast in clover just to give them a little bit of a food item, which also, like I said, with clover, it doesn't last very long. It will go dormant by the end of October. So for them, after October, this field doesn't get used. There's almost no tracks in this snow down here. But they do use this field as a transition field in early October, late October, to go up into the bigger food plot that I had up there. So they would come through here, eat, use this pine tree I'm going to go over with a scrape, and then they would go and transition up to the field. Alright, so now we're looking to the bottom part of the food plot. You can see behind me, there's 2 trees that are planted right here, 1 and 2. I'm trying to establish a little bit of difference down here in the food plot. The bottom part past it over here is really wet, so there's nothing really to do to plant in there, except maybe we'll do some cereal rye and some other stuff in there. But past them it gets drier up to the spot where I showed you where the clover was. So what we're going to do is from the trees to the end where that big pine is, we're going to put clover in here again. But what we're going to do is we're going to wait until end of May when turkey season's over. We're going to come in here, we're going to rototill it again. After we rototill it, we're going to spread lime, we're going to spread fertilizer, let it get to where it's going to green up again, kill those weeds off again with another rototill. Once we rototill it the second time, it's going to mix up all the stuff into the soil. So you'll have all your fertilizer mixed into the soil, you have all your lime mixed into the soil. Rototill it again, cultipack it, or go over it with a harrow. When we go over with a harrow, after we go over that, we're going to go ahead and we're going to plant this in clover extreme as well. And this is going to be another clover plot that we're going to establish. That'll be a secondary plot to the one on top. So like I said, it's this piece here goes up that log road. That log road extends all the way up to my other food plot, which is about 125 yards through the woods.